just me, Edgeless, and today we're actually having another guest. A guest that you might have heard of. He was in episode 2, and now he's back for another round. His name is Anti.
Yes, or as the full name is ft.AntiRockin.
Yes.
You can search me up on YouTube or go to the second episode. My link is in that episode.
Yeah, we'll put a link to his channel in this episode as well. So
Really
go to the description. So today we're gonna do something a little different because Trigger isn't here. That means doing our normal length of a video would be
impossible.
Well, it wouldn't be impossible, but you know.
I mean, I have to leave early. So.
Yes, the amount of work needed for one person is kind of a lot within the time frame. So this isn't going to be as long of an episode, and I'll address all that stuff later in a different video. But anyway. So, today I kind of wanted to just chill, relax. It's a chill cast over here. And don't worry about the pizza in Sugar's place.
And the coffee.
Yes, those are just representations of sort of things that happen.
The person that watches this will get it.
Yeah.
It's a specific person.
We do little
sort
of Easter eggs.
Their names.
Yeah, we won't say it. The pizza is just because we had pizza before that.
We had some Sahara pizza from
and
our local town.
Yeah, and it felt like the price jumped up like exponentially from what it should have been. But
yeah, I feel like they cheated us.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like at first.
I'm guessing the tax was really high, or the tax and the
it doesn't
delivery
really make
was
sense
really
though. Okay, so Anti, you were thinking about doing more videos on your channel as well, weren't you?
Yes, I was working on. So a few videos ago, like 2 videos ago on my channel, I said I was gonna do a Pokemon Pearl on a PC emulator. My PC emulator didn't work, as I said in the second episode of Basement Cast. But now I got a phone emulator, and I have it working on that. I have the first episode of Pokemon Pearl Nuzlocke finished. I just need to get it edited, cutted, music and stuff. But then it should be done in about a week or 2.
That makes sense, yeah, because Anti actually has to come over here, or well, he doesn't have to, I guess, but he does. He comes over here and uses my terrible laptop. You guys don't understand how terrible editing on my laptop is.
But at least Edgeless has an app that I do not have because it costs money. It's called the Doe.
We use
Publisher?
Premiere. Yeah, Premiere. And I mean, I don't know if it's worth it really. Like I get like a 50% off with me being a student with college and all, but like even that, I don't know, we don't really use it to its fullest extent. So
Because we're not
if you guys have any suggestions for like free alternatives, that would be very nice.
Yes.
Just put them down in the comments or somewhere, I don't know. But I was actually wondering, so this is gonna sound kind of like a weeb talk right now, but in Dragon Ball Z, okay, it's sort of a tradition for us to watch a little bit of Dragon Ball Z whenever we do this. And last night, I just watched the part where second form Cell gobbled up 18. And like, I just want to know, does anyone else like get this really terrible feeling whenever they have to watch that scene of her just getting gobbled up? Like, it's just, out of the whole show, that part I hate the most. It's just terrible. Like,
it is a really weird part.
Yeah, it's pretty weird too.
I mean, is it weirder than Boo turning people into candy?
Yes. I'd rather be turned into candy.
Okay,
Cell just
enough.
sucks
Just
people.
Makes his tail thing open up and then just...
Yeah, that was really weird. Makes like a funnel tail.
I mean, to humans, he just sucks their energy out and kills them.
Yeah,
but to the androids, he just eats them with the tail.
Because I guess you can't really suck up the androids. You just kind of have to swallow them through your tail. I don't know.
Let's
It's kind of a
not
weird concept.
continue talking about disgusting.
Disgusting. It's like that banana peel you got over there. It's just like that. Imagine that the inside of the banana is 18 being sucked up.
That sounds even worse.
It's exactly how you should feel, okay?
Honestly, yeah.
It's pretty nasty, but Trunks' form, Trunks' form when he goes buff, do you think that's weird that, like, he isn't slow when he is slow when he goes buff, but Brawly isn't too slow when he goes buff?
Well, Broly's like 3 times stronger than all 3 of them. All 3 of the Saiyans.
I mean, yeah, but, like, I don't know. He's too cool. And he goes, I guess I'm talking about, like, the original Brawly, though, because the new Brawly, he's much more powerful. And, I haven't seen that movie myself yet.
Yeah,
Have you?
No, I've not. I've seen clips of it, though.
Yeah, I've seen clips, too.
YouTube is a good place to be spoiled at.
Go to YouTube for all your latest spoils.
Or Twitter.
Oh, no. Don't go to Twitter. Don't do it.
Because I've heard that there's been a lot of Attack on Titan spoilers on Twitter, even in the trending page.
Wow. Like, what kind of spoilers?
Like
do you
manga
see the
and,
spoilers? Just spoilers from the manga, and then people are just posting about it?
Yes, and people are like posting like screenshots and stuff.
Why?
It's really dumb.
Why would they do that?
I don't know people.
So,
Weird, strange.
you don't watch Attack on Titan, right? We discussed that last time.
Yeah, we discussed last time that I watched like the 1st and 2nd season, maybe a little bit of the 3rd. That's about it.
And then you were like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good. It's too gory for me.
It is a pretty gory show.
Especially in the recent season.
Yeah. But you did start watching the new season of Dr. Stone, though, I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how'd you hear?
I don't know, man. I just have birds everywhere.
Oh my god, he's spying on me.
I got monkey spies, man.
That makes so much sense.
I used to actually play a game with my cousin called Monkey Spies when I was a kid.
That's very
I made it up
convenient.
myself. And basically the concept was we'd have to crawl around the floor like monkeys, and we could only make monkey sounds, and the goal was to spy on people in the house without them noticing us. And it was really fun.
Sounds like a fun game.
It is a fun
Too bad.
game, except it doesn't really work if you're not a child anymore, because it's just weird.
Yeah, adulthood's bad. Don't grow up fast.
Yeah, I try to not grow up.
Too bad. This is unfortunately impossible to not.
Yeah, all
Just
monkeys.
try to live your life to the fullest.
Yeah, to
This
the
is
fullest.
some monkey wisdom for you all.
If there's any youngins out there, because we're very, very old monkeys, as you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Very old. And
I look like I'm a little kid, but I'm a human monkey.
yeah, you're like a hybrid. What happened to you?
Scientists, man, they're weird.
Scientists, of course. Always science.
But even as a monkey, I still love bananas. Human monkey, still like bananas.
Yep, we all love bananas equally. So, is it possible
we
for
also
there
like
to
pizza,
be peace in the Planet of the Apes? Can there be peace? One monkey sharing a banana with a human.
There's this TikTok I saw that is about like he's explaining like things in the world, but in the monkey terms. Like one tribe has a lot of bananas. To get more bananas, then you go to another tribe and like I don't know, trade bananas or trade something for more bananas. Like if they have like a few like mangoes, you can trade mangoes to these like you can trade mangoes to the giraffes.
To the giraffes?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Do they actually trade with other animals?
Sure.
That
Guys
sounds
trade
kind
the
of weird.
mangoes to the giraffes, and then the giraffes would give them the bananas from the tall trees.
I don't know. Is that real?
Yes, of course.
If it is real, then that's
no, it's
pretty
just
cool.
A metaphor.
Oh, it's just a metaphor.
Yeah, monkey metaphor.
Oh, but do you think monkeys like have like actual tribes and then they just
Yes.
trade with each other, or you think they'll just raid each other? I know monkeys kind of do have groups and all, but I don't know if you consider those tribes.
I mean, else would you call it?
I don't know, like whatever a group of monkeys is called, like, you know, a group of crows is called, like...
Murder?
Yeah, murder.
I mean, unaliver.
An unalive... Oh, yeah, you can't say...
We don't want to be demonetized, you know, we're probably not making money from this.
Yeah, we're not making money from this. We can
we
say
can
whatever.
Say whatever we want.
Except I'm not going to, because this is
We're
just...
gonna try to be nice and peaceful.
This is just how I normally talk, though, so... I'm not really pushing anything.
Okay.
If you guys want to come on next week, well, not next week, but the next week on the podcast and start cussing out.
We still need topics in the comments. Give us some, and then we'll possibly talk about these topics that you can.
Oh, yeah. We want everyone in the comments this video. We want you all to leave one idea.
Even I'll try to give it an idea.
Yeah, even I'll give it an idea for me to read later.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but for now, I'm going to go into my own thing. It's about 10 minutes long. Y'all may have heard it. It's from this cool news website called CNN.
Actually, it's from YouTube.
I mean, no, the original is from CNN website.
Oh.
So I gotta go to this. You see that video? We're watching the YouTube one because it's faster. We've already loaded most of it.
Yeah, this is the first time we're actually doing this, so...
Yeah, I was going to do it in the second episode, but we ran out of time to do it. So we're gonna do March 12th, yesterday, pretty much. Or at least for us, yesterday.
Yeah, this is
for
recorded
you guys,
on
it's gonna be like
Saturday.
2 days ago.
Hopefully the world's still around by then.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
This is gonna be really weird.
Thanks for making space for CNN 10. That's a pun on our first story, because it's about space. Why do we do puns? Because Fridays are awesome. I'm Carl Zeus for CNN 10. Up, and away we go. This week, China announced it had teamed up with Russia to build a new space station. Their next steps will be to come up with a design, a way to build it, a way to operate it, and then to present those plans to the rest of the world. They're calling the facility the International Lunar Scientific Research Station, and Russia says it'll be open to all interested countries and international partners. The Soviet Union, from which Russia emerged in the early 1990s, had a space race with the United States. In 1957, the Soviet Union became the first country to launch a satellite into orbit. It was the first to launch animals and eventually a human into orbit. The United States had leapt ahead by 1969 when it landed men on the moon, and Russia fell further behind in the space race following the collapse of the Soviet Union's communist government. In more recent years, Russia was a founding partner of the International Space Station, but China has not been allowed to participate in that project. The U.S. outlawed that out of security concerns. That's part of the reason why it's significant that Russia partnered with China on the new space station. Experts say it could signal a new era of competition as opposed to cooperation when it comes to international space projects.
As two longtime space powers, Russia and the United States, start to distance themselves from one another, Russia and China are teaming up with plans to build a new research facility that could orbit the moon, be on the surface of the moon, or even a combination of both, inviting cooperation from around the world and signaling that the Russia-U.S. space alliance may be on the way out. Russia did not sign the Artemis Accord for lunar exploration led by NASA. And Roscosmos, the Russian space agency, also lost its monopoly on manned flights to the International Space Station after SpaceX jumped into that game. But now, China's national space agency, CNSA, which has a lot of money, is looking to work with Russia and their 60 years of experience. It was 60 years ago this year, in fact, that Russia launched the first human into space. And this would be China's biggest space cooperative operation to date. They already have a probe orbiting Mars. Last year, they brought rock and soil samples back from the moon. It was the first mission of that kind in more than 40 years. And so China and Russia are looking to compete with NASA as it continues to make strides. There is, of course, the Perseverance rover that NASA has that did a test drive on Mars last week, sending back audio and high-definition pictures looking for evidence of life. There are early plans for the U.S. to send humans to Mars, and there is also a plan to send the first woman to the moon in 2024. Russia looking to regain some of its space supremacy built over decades but lost in the post-Soviet years.
10-second trivia. Which of these deserts got its name from a word meaning desert? Namib Desert, Chihuahuan Desert, Sahara Desert, or Kalahari Desert?
Haha, we're cheating. We got the pause button.
Yeah.
So, do you think it's Namib Desert, the
The Chihuahuan
Yeah.
Desert?
the Sahara Desert? Oh yeah, we got Sahara pizza.
I mean, I think the word Sahara might mean desert, but
Desert's got its name from a word meaning dessert.
Kalahari.
I told you.
Don't. He's looking it up. He's cheating.
No,
He's cheating.
He's lying.
He's.
Don't listen to him. Edge.
Put him. Pause this video right now. You probably don't even have to. But like, pause this video right now and go to the comments and say what desert you think came from it.
Answer before us.
Yeah, answer before us, and then come back and see us get it wrong.
We'll wait 10 seconds. 10,
10, 9,
8,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
come back.
Okay, I hope you got the right answer.
I'm gonna go with the Kalahari.
Okay, we'll go with B.
Wait, no,
Good.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the Sahara actually.
I'm gonna go with Namib. Namib.
I feel like you're totally cheating, but okay.
I literally can't find anything, so that's okay.
Okay, we're back.
In Arabic, the word Sahara means desert. Outside of Antarctica and the Arctic, the Sahara is the biggest warm weather desert on the planet. It's about the size of the United States, and there's debate in the scientific community about whether the Sahara is growing. Some experts say the desert has expanded over the past 100 years by as much as 10%. Others say its area naturally fluctuates depending on the amount of rainfall at its borders, and that a drought in the late 20th century only made it look like the Sahara had grown. There's also debate over whether the Great Green Wall, a massive tree planting project across North Africa, has been working. Its progress since 2007 has been slow, and critics say natural weather patterns and bad farming practices are more to blame for desertification than the Sahara itself. Regardless of what's happening with the desert, though, the Great Green Wall project continues to grow. It received $14 million in funding earlier this year to continue its efforts.
The Sahara Desert. Remote. Romantic. It's also a threat.
What I love about the desert is it's very peaceful, but in the same time it's very scary because when desert enters the houses of people, pushing them to leave because they have no more livelihoods in their communities, it's scaring me.
Desertification is a process which transforms once arable land into a barren environment. It's something that Sarah Toomey witnessed firsthand.
My grandparents, they were growing olives, and under the olives trees, they were growing beautiful gardens with vegetables and other crops. Now, let's say 25 years after, they don't grow anymore their food, so you have to buy food from the shops. And I think it's very sad.
Desertification can be reversed. Toomey's project, Acacias for All, has cultivated almost 700,000 deep-rooted trees in the region, improving soil structure and allowing for other trees and crops to be planted nearby.
It's very easy to plant a tree, it's not easy to grow a tree. And that's what I learned in Tunisia, from just planting acacia trees into growing agroecological ecosystems with communities, creating value chains that sustain the ecosystem.
Toomey's impact in Tunisia led her to want to do more. She's been invited to join a program of epic proportions.
Great Green Wall is about giving life back to the desert, to the Sahel.
The Great Green Wall is a patchwork of restored lands across the entire continent. expected to stretch 8,000 kilometers by 2030, covering 100 million hectares of land across 11 countries. The aim is to create a natural shield against desertification.
Up to now, the Great Green Wall initiative had filled up about 18% of the objective. So yes, you have another 80% to go. I am optimistic. It's a question of making sure that that part of Africa gets the attention it deserves.
For Toomey, desertification is a threat that affects us all, and the work is urgent.
Artworks, baseball cards, historic musical instruments, and dinosaur skeletons. We've covered auctions on this show before. This one constitutes a virtual field trip to the Bahamas, where you can get your own private island. Little Ragged Island is the biggest one for sale in the nation. It's got 730 acres for your resort and golf course, deep water access for your large ships, an airstrip on a nearby island for your planes, and it's only a 10-minute boat ride from there. You need $100,000 to bid on it, but after that, you might be able to snag it for less than its $19.5 million listing price. Or you might not. But if your plans to land an island and shore up your days in sun, surf, and sand, to roll the paradise out just like you plan to own trees in the palms of your hand, it's a peach when the beach is in reach at your side, and it's fine when the time coincides with the tide. If your day-by-day stay becomes a vacation, float a boat and a note you wrote to denote the notion that's our invitation, and we'll see you on Island Time. Hey, speaking of time, be sure to spring forward an hour ahead on Saturday night so you don't miss a moment of our show next week. Shout out to Marriott's Ridge High School in Marriottsville, Maryland for subscribing and leaving a comment on our YouTube channel. I'm Carl Azus for CNN.
We'll end that off for you.
Yeah. If you
Now-
want to watch them, this is their.
Just give it 12,000 years.
Yeah.
Their channel's literally just CNN 10.
Yes. You can either you can probably just look it up. We may put it down in the description. Here it is.
Yeah.
CNN 10. They got 436,000
36.
subscribers. That's a pretty good amount for all they do.
They're like a news channel. They got news all day, every day.
They used to make it to where if you're in school or whatever, like you can like say your school name and they would have a chance of shouting your school out.
I said our school name so much,
Yeah, we
and
said
I
our school
never.
name so many times we never got it.
Our teacher told us if we could get a shout out, that we'd get 100%, like for the rest of the year.
So help us get a shout out.
And yeah, if no one got a shout out, everyone lost faith. You gotta have faith, Arthur. Faith.
Okay, well that's enough for that.
Okay, enough of this view. Go back.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
we're back in the
back.
basement. Pizza's still steaming over there.
That's it.
Don't mind that.
Don't worry, our friend that's sitting on the pizza, we're not gonna eat them. They're just sitting there.
Yeah, that is not one of the toppings.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we aren't cannibals, or
I mean, we're
I
monkeys,
guess.
so no.
I mean, I don't know. Your head's not a monkey, so does
I'm
that
not
make you a
half
cannibal? Like, when do you get considered a cannibal if you're a hybrid?
I mean, my head's eating.
So is your head what considers the cannibal part? Like, if
Sure.
I have a monkey head and I eat a monkey, that's considered cannibalism, even if I have like a
That's
human
like half
body.
cannibalism.
That is really strange. I've actually never thought about that for good reason.
It's probably a good thing to not think about cannibalism.
Yes.
And
Don't
if you've
worry,
ever
you
seen
two-
one, just run.
Don't worry, you two can't demonetize us. We're immune.
I don't think we.
Actually, I don't know if they can. I don't think we even get
Okay.
monetized, so. Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about Stardew Valley.
Right. Stardew. So you're very into Stardew, aren't you?
Yes, I started like a month ago, and right now I got a year in the game.
Sounds like you just did like a hyperbolic time chamber right there.
I mean,
It's like a month had passed, but a year went by.
a year in the game went by.
Even though-
as a month will pass in your life.
Even though the hyperbolic time chamber
It's a day
is
in
a
the
day
year.
for a slower version.
Okay, but in Stardew Valley, you're pretty much a farmer that's trying to take care of your grandfather's farm from like a long time ago, or whatever.
Right.
So you start out in this like cabin. You get to the cabin, the mayor meets you and talks about it. You have to clean up around it and plant. You have to like hoe the ground, put seeds in the ground, water the
Farm
ground.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, at the first
There's
stage,
a lot of
usually
cleanup in
the
the
first
few
stage
days.
is usually cleaning up and chopping down trees and stuff.
Yeah.
But as you go on, it starts to become like a way wider experience. You can do fishing, mining, fight monsters in the mine. You can catch legendary fish later on. And there's also a community center, which you have to fill up with a lot of things you collect over the playtime.
Right. This sort of reminds me of a game that my brother used to play a lot when I was littler. It was, tell me if you remember the name or if you know about it from my description, but like, it was a game where you were sort of this like goat person, and I believe you played it on a DS. You had like this monster farm you kind of had to do, and you would like collect
Sounds
monsters.
familiar.
Yeah, I know. It was really cool, but I can't remember the name.
Maybe it'll come to you at some point.
It'll probably never come to me. Maybe if someone in the comments could tell me, or maybe if my brother sees this, then he can remind me. It was a cool game. It seems like it's right on the tip of my mind.
I miss having a DS. I had one like when I was like 10 maybe, but I lost it.
On the lost.
I'm
DS.
pretty sure a lot of people have lost their DSs.
Yeah. I've had a case such as that. I've lost my chargers for my DSs now. We talked about that earlier.
Oh yeah, another thing about Stardew, you can actually like befriend people and like actually marry someone.
It's like pixely Sims.
Yes, it's Pixel Sims.
Pickle Sims.
Not Pickle Rick, Pickle Sims.
There's Pickle behind Anti, by the way. We call him Pickle Rick.
Wait, no, that's copyright.
Well, it's not copyright to
Trademark.
say it. Okay.
Trademark name. We
Oh.
gotta come up there.
Okay, it's... You know what, that's a bad name. What's a good name? Just...
Pickle Trigger?
Pickly... Rickley. Yeah, Pickly Rickley.
Sure.
That's a great name. Speaking of... did you have something else?
Oh yeah, you can do co-op with Stardew, but on PC it's co-op with Steam. In mobile, I don't think there's co-op in mobile. On like Xbox or PlayStation, you just play with 2 controllers, or online. And there's also a Switch version, which I'm pretty sure you can just play with like 2 Joy-Cons or whatever.
Yeah, because the Switch just pops out your controllers.
Yeah. But I think that's all I have for Stardew.